You know what's fascinating about human nature? We often think we're strongest when we're actually at our weakest. Today, we're exploring a powerful story from Matthew 14 that completely flips this idea on its head.
That's such an interesting way to look at it. The text shows three dramatic events happening in rapid succession. How does that connect to your point about strength and weakness?
Well, it's remarkable because we see this powerful ruler, Herod, who appears strong but is actually paralyzed by fear and pride. He makes this catastrophic decision to execute John the Baptist just to save face at a dinner party. The text tells us his life completely unraveled after that. Lost his fortune, ended up in exile, the whole thing.
Hmm. And then we immediately transition to this incredible scene with Jesus and the feeding of 5,000, right? The contrast there is pretty striking.
Exactly. And what's fascinating is how Jesus handles it. Instead of just solving the problem, he deliberately puts his disciples in a position where they have to face their inadequacy. He tells them, "You give them something to eat," when they've only got 5 loaves and 2 fish, for what could have been up to 20,000 people.
You know what stands out to me? The way Jesus orchestrates this whole teaching moment. He has them count their meager resources, distribute the food themselves, and then, this is key, collect 12 baskets of leftovers, one for each disciple.
Right. And just when they might be feeling pretty good about this amazing miracle they've witnessed, Jesus sends them straight into a storm. He literally commands them to get into a boat, knowing they're going to encounter terrible weather.
Well, that raises an interesting question. Why would Jesus intentionally put them through such a frightening experience right after this incredible moment of provision?
That's such a crucial point, because it shows how Jesus was systematically building their understanding of who he really was. First, they see his power to provide abundantly, then his authority over nature itself when he walks on water during the storm.
And let's talk about that water walking scene. These experienced fishermen who had just seen Jesus feed thousands are so terrified they think he's a ghost. It really shows how quickly our confidence can evaporate in a crisis.
Yeah, and then we get this amazing moment with Peter. In the middle of absolute chaos, he actually asks to walk on water himself. Jesus just says one word: come. No lengthy explanation, no safety briefing, just come.
The way Jesus responds when Peter starts sinking is so telling. He doesn't lecture or scold, he just reaches out and catches him. That gentle, "Why did you doubt?" feels more like encouragement than criticism.
You know what's really powerful about this whole sequence? It shows how Jesus uses our experiences, even the difficult ones, to reveal who he really is. The disciples went from seeing him as an impressive teacher to declaring, "Truly, you are the Son of God."
So, if we're looking at modern applications, it seems like there's this pattern of God allowing us to face situations that expose our limitations, not to discourage us, but to show us something deeper about His nature. And
Exactly that. And just like those disciples, we often have to go through our own versions of impossible tasks or overwhelming storms before we really understand what it means to rely on something beyond our own strength. The key isn't having perfect faith, it's learning to trust even when we're terrified.
well, that certainly puts a different spin on those moments when we feel completely inadequate or overwhelmed. Maybe those are actually opportunities rather than failures.
And that's really the heart of this whole narrative, this counterintuitive truth that our moments of greatest weakness can become powerful revelations of divine strength. Just like those disciples, we're all on this journey of discovering that sometimes being strong means admitting we're not.